Drum roll please for the first team to present. Team number 11, Hotspotter.
Good evening everyone, we're Team 11 aka Team Hotspotters, and the issue we're trying to address is a little bit of context. So whenever a citizen submits a service request, whether that's through the app or through like the web form, they're inputting a location where like their incident is coming from. And this applies to all kinds of service types, whether that's an unauthorized encampment or like a pothole or graffiti or whatever that is. But the issue is that on the City of Seattle employee side, they have to sort through all those requests manually, and they don't have like a good way to be able to see like where most of the requests are coming from. So that's why we are proposing a dashboard which helps them visually see like where most of the service requests are clustered. They can sort by like the different service type that they might be looking at, and they can see if there are potential duplicates, or maybe they have a situation where multiple citizens are reporting like a similar incident or the same incident. Yeah, this map view just like helps them like zone in on which neighborhoods things are coming from. The little chatbot icon in the bottom right, that was something that Steve shared as like something they wanted to see more of, which is that they want to see trends of like, are we seeing more incidents coming from this one neighborhood, or like in the past month has something been coming like more commonly. So that's why we have like more intelligent answers over there. And one example he shared was like the unauthorized encampment team. Like they have 2 employees and they get 800 service requests a day. They have to go through all of those, and they also have to visit on site within like 2 business days. So that's why we also put in like a route planner. So that way like the City of Seattle employees can like hit the hotspots with like the most incidents with the least travel time, and that way they can serve the citizens faster. Does anyone want to add something?
Yeah, you can also categorize the data through the different statuses they have. And also, if you want to look at a specific time frame, there's the option for that. And just so we could get a better visualization of each hotspot within the map.
Do you have any questions from the judge? Question. So for your type and route optimization, is that built or is that conceptual?
I mean, we have like a rough demo. This is like with dummy data, but like this is like a real map that you can like scroll around and like see where the hubs are.
All right, thank you.
There's time for one more question. If you guys have one more question. What kind of, what's aggregating into that hotspots?
Aggregating? Oh, so these are where the service requests are coming from. So like, let's say like 3 people reported potholes and 1 person reported graffiti, you'd see those popping up on the map. So
it adds up across all the service types?
Yeah, and you can also like filter those. So like, for example, if you're in like the pothole department, you could sort of like filter for just potholes, but this is kind of like a versatile dashboard that could be used across different departments.
The request links into the nearest hotspot, so that employees can just go through that specific hotspot and go through the requests instead of doing it all by
Make sure to talk to them.
randomly in a random order.
Got it. Team 5-star.
Okay, hi everybody. We're 5-star rating, and we have the RainyDayFriend, because specifically when you're working with permitting, you're trying to get a permit in, sometimes you don't actually get feedback. And with our system, we're actually having a chatbot where you can put in an address and get permit information. It's actually live data coming off of OpenAI, which will take the Seattle Municipal Code and direct it and relate it to actually what you're asking for. So in this case, a specific address, when you put it in, what is the height or required height for this address? And what it will do is start pulling the Seattle Municipal Code, comparing that, relaying it in this chatbot so that it can show you specifically with real data the property and its municipal code. Now this actually is supposed to have text, but we got it working, it just wasn't doing this. But this is a one chatbot, one conversation. But when you go to the dashboard, you actually see that for the city, you get all this information laid out on a map. You've got it related to the Seattle Department of Construction and Inspection. And do you want to talk real quick about the background?
Sure. So basically this dashboard gets the data from the chats. So we have chats, and then we kind of process the text from the chat. And from that we extract information. So for example, we can see where the things are coming, on the map. For example, kind of the zoning distribution, some predictive insights if you want.
500 examples.
Yeah, and the way we generated this data is that I use, in this case, I use actually OpenAI API to simulate customers. So I use an LLM to kind of take the place of a customer to talk to our system, get that information. So I ran about 500 conversations.
Yeah, 1 minute.
The area around staff allocation, can you kind of tell us how that works?
Where?
Exactly.
Staff allocation.
Yeah, so in this case, what would it look for here in this case is something like how many conversations were about, let's say, came from this specific area, or let's say how many, let's say, conversations were about permit processes. In this case, it was very simple forecasting. It wasn't that complicated. It was based on the number of conversations. But the idea here is that once you have, let's say, a reliable history, you can start building forecasting systems. That's the basic idea there.
One more question from the judges, if you have any.
What does the color coding mean?
In this case, it was just, it's just, it's the area, it's Vermont, the color.
Oh, it's New York.
Yeah, it's a name.
Okay.
Awesome, great job, everyone. Thank you. Fantastic job to Team 5. Our third presenter, team number 8.
Alright, we have ServaSense. ServaSense is a platform where customer experience is not just good for the city of Seattle, but also good for the user. So the first feature we added was different languages. So we see that Seattle is really diverse. So having different languages I feel like that's really good. And then we also have 4 ways to connect. The first way is to just report issues with your phone. Second way is to use like the city web form. Third way is to call the city of Seattle if you don't want to talk to AI. And the last way is just visiting the website. So right here is the multilingual empathy chatbot. This is where you can talk to a chatbot, and then it'll tell you the problem and all that. And then it'll give you a permit number. And that permit number will be used so you can enter a status tracker. And then the civic pulse map, they'll take care of that.
Alright, so this is basically our way to make it interactive, so where the user can also track like areas within this map of like how long it takes for different services to be completed. So in this map, we would have like green dots and red dots to like indicate like areas where there's fast service and slow service. But when we were doing our data, we were entering like our data and like the API key and whatnot. It kind of ruined our dots and whatnot. So we're lucky to just have a blank map, but we're trying to fix that. So yeah.
And then the city EQ score. So you can see the speed, satisfaction, equity, and EQ. And this basically tells the user, how long your problem will take, the speed of it, satisfaction, seeing if the problem is getting issued. And then yeah, we also just have the predictive status tracker, and this is to use to search up your your permit number, and then you can just see your ETA time, when it's going to be issued and everything.
Any questions from our judges?
Like what's powering your predictive status tracker? Like what's the data and like what's the core like
So what we did was we used the OpenAI. So we had an API key, and we're using the chatbot to basically get data from that and be able to answer questions.
So when you say permit number, is it an integration with the Motorola CSR, or is it something where you're connecting with a true permit? or are you looking for like a ticket number for requests?
So if you talk to the chatbot, when you tell them your problem, so you can see it'll give you a permit number, and that permit number is to check your status, and that permit number is going to be alerted to City of Seattle. So that's basically going to be your assigned permit number.
So it's your own permit?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, round of applause. Thank you so much. First of all, give yourselves a round of applause because you all know totally fantastic. All right, and as a reminder, we have third, second, and first, all of which will be part of our innovation vlog. First place being the experience builder, and then we have a book that is somewhere that will go to the most creative name for chatbots. All right, third place is Team 8. Big cheers for Team 8. Second place, drum roll please, is 5-star. For first place, Team 11 Hotspotter. Come on out, For our last award, the most creative, naming a chatbot, the winner is the person who named the chatbot Evergreen. Who named, hey, that's you! Thank you so much. You're welcome. Congratulations.
Feel the spark, let it glow. Ideas rising, watch them flow.